Head coach Clinton Mylymok joining me right now. And Coach, heck of a showcase weekend. Another 2 wins up in Blaine from your showcase. What did you see out of your team?
A little bit of growth. Saw some good compete. It saw some guys, that maybe weren't produce a little bit more and do some of the things that are, I guess, what we're expecting out of them. And it's a grind. It's never easy. You play, 3-3 this year, and I think we did great. I mean, our first game was in the evening, and then we played, 27 hours later. Then we played 12 hours later. So the third game was tough. Like, you play a big team in Amarillo, and the next night against El Paso, same thing, physical, big, and on a 12-hour turnaround. I thought our guys did a really good job.
How much does that help to have, see the other divisions and be able to kind of pick and see how the guys react to different situations from different divisions and different coaching?
Yeah, that's what it kind of is. You explain to them what it's like, and then some of the veterans did a great job explaining what to expect in terms of on or off the ice, and it's always good to see what divisions are like, and a lot of guys are there watching their friends play. So now they're doing a lot of communicating with their buddies about what's it like where they're at, and what's the coaching like, the division like, the towns are in. So it's kind of a fact-finding mission for everyone, not just the coaches, but the players.
How do you think the chemistry is coming along for some of the guys out there? It seemed like a couple of lines started to really click together, and a lot of players kind of finding their spot in the roster.
It's still a work in progress. A lot of new faces, and we find that the hardest thing every year is getting guys to actually just talk, communicate, have a conversation on the bench, on the ice, with their line mates. I think a lot of kids today, like they're kind of their own entities, where you can see how they train. Like, they have a personal trainer, personal skills coach. Some have like their own personal mental coach, strength trainer. Like, they do things on their own, and then when they get here, now they got to work with him and him and him. Like I said, there's 4 other teammates on the ice at times where you guys have to be on the same page. And how do you get that way? Like, you have to talk. So that's the biggest thing we find that we work on is communication, and we harp on it a lot. And you can even see getting a guy like Tyler Stern back, as soon as he comes back, like you can feel the bench is different just because he's talking and getting guys to talk a little bit more too. So that's a big thing for us, and it's still a work in progress, and we're still trying to build chemistry. And there's so much going on. I give the kids a lot of credit. It's such a tough time of year because you're in the lineup, you're out. What do I need to do? There's so many things that they're struggling with because some are coming from programs where they were the man, and now they're coming in where they're a piece, and an important piece, but sometimes it's not every night. And it's the hardest part as a coach to get through these days, and same thing with the players. So, but they're doing a good job.
You talk about Tyler Stern coming back. He is named the 8th captain of the Maryland Black Bears history. Went into that when he came back down. You kind of just saw. Did you see a lot of guys kind of listen to him kind of take his veteran leadership from being in the NAHL for so long, and then put that forth to their efforts?
Well, he just creates conversation. He creates dialogue, and it's hard to sit on the bench and if someone's talking to you, not respond. So he's the guy that gets you to respond, and he'll be the first to say sometimes it's the good news is he's got guys that maybe off the top, hey, that's enough, or a little too much information or whatever. But like, the thing is, like, he wants to win so bad, and his thing is his brain's so good. Like, he's got so much information there that he wants to explain. And sometimes it's like a lot of like coaches too. Like, we can't give him everything, and so that's where he's gonna have to learn that balance of when and how to deliver and how much to deliver. But the difference is, like, he's willing to do it and take that on, and a lot of guys aren't willing to do that. They're too. How is it different? He's just a guy that's not afraid to speak what's on his mind and deliver our message too as a coaching staff, and that's why I think he's so valuable. Is like, not only is he a good player, his IQ is really high, and I just tell guys, just listen to him. Sometimes just listen. He knows what he's saying. So that's just another coach on the bench. You want to have a room full of those guys, and the fact that we have one like that that's wearing the C is really valuable to us.
Now he has a familiar counterpart, and you guys have a familiar counterpart in Philadelphia coming in this weekend. What did you guys work on in practice this weekend to get prepared for them? They had a pretty decent showing in the showcase as well. What's the big key to get 4 points this weekend?
Focused on ourselves still. We're at that point where, we need to know what they're doing, and we'll give them that information throughout the week sporadically. We'll give them little things. They've learned a little bit since we played them. They know that they can transition pretty quick, like they're fast, and they want to get the puck moving north, and we can't be trapped staring at them deep in their end when the puck's one pass, they're up by our blue line. So they're well coached. They're fast. We've seen guys on their team develop over 3 years now and turning into players that are big time players for them and giving them that confidence. So we're focused on ourselves, certainly being aware of what they're trying to do as well. But we're still trying to grow as a team too.
Head coach Clinton Mylymok.